Hi everybody, welcome to Veteranbassin. And for the new people, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about fishing the jerkbait in cold water. So now here in the South, we've passed the fall transition and we're starting to go into those colder weathers. And like I said before in an earlier video, reaction bites are what's going to be key coming up through the winter. And there are two baits that you could use for that, and I like to use, which would be crankbaits and jerkbaits. Well, today, like I said, we're going to be talking about jerkbaits. And to me, the jerkbait, well, depending on the situation. If you are fishing a lot of hard cover, then yeah, you may want to stay with cranking, but that's for another video. Here we're talking about the jerkbaits, and when the bass transition, during that fall transition, you have some baits in the summer that were up shallow, and you had some that went deep. Excuse me, I've been dealing with a cold, but we're going to start off with the bass that were up shallow, So, up shallow, again, before they really, let me back up. Up shallow, you notice that they're pushing bait fish up into those pockets and those points. Well, that's pretty much what it's going to be for the ones up shallow until the water starts to get frigid. They're going to be in those pockets. There's going to be in those points pushing bait fish. That is where you could use the jerkbait, the shallow diving jerkbait, up there in about 2 to 3 feet of water, and it works very good. Very good in 2 to 3 feet of water. Now, the setup, before I go into the deep water, the setup that you would want to use is mostly, I would say, a 6'6" medium, 6'6" medium with a fast action tip. Now, I'm not telling you to break the budget, but that will be the setup that you would want to use both for deep water and for your shallow. Now, going from shallow to deep, those fish would be, if you look at a point that breaks off into a steep drop on that ledge, that's where those bait fish will be. And where there's bait fish, you'll find your bass. Now, for your deep diving jerkbaits, you really, I almost dropped that. For your deep diving jerkbaits, you really don't have to get the bait directly in front of them, especially as the water gets colder. Now, when fishing jerkbaits, you have a certain cadence that you need to uphold. Right now, the waters are still warm, so the cadence that you would want to do, and remember, you want to do this on semi-slack line, because if you don't, you won't get the action that you're looking for your jerkbait. Because when you're jerking your rod, you want the action of your bait to be a crisp dart left to right. And if you got it on tight line, then you'll mostly pull your bait towards the boat. You won't get that snapping to the left and right action. That's what the bass are looking for with causing that reaction bite. So, with that being said, you don't have to get the bait directly in front of the fish's face. I just lost my train of thought. I'm sorry about that. Let me go back to the cadence. While the water's warm, I like my cadence that I like to use would be 3 snaps of the rod, or 3 jerks, which is jerkbait. Jerk, 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 pause. No more than 3 seconds. Jerk, 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 pause. Jerk, 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 pause. Now, as that water gets colder, your pauses will actually extend. And actually, you won't do as many snaps of the rod either. So, in the beginning, as the water gets colder, I would say in the low 50s, high 40s, you would want to do, I would say, after your initial cast out, you want to do your initial 3 jerks. But you're going to pause for no more than 10 seconds. You want to extend your pause for no more than 10 seconds. After that, I would probably only do 2 jerks, about 8 to 10 seconds. Then I do a jerk, about 8 to 10 seconds. And that is for the deeper fish for when it gets colder. Because remember, you don't have to get it above their head. Now I'm coming back to that. You don't have to get it above their head. When you slow down, that gives the fish time to see the bait, because remember, they can feel the vibration in the water. It gives them time to see the bait. So you could pull those fish from 3 to 5 feet, sometimes to 8 feet. You don't have to get it in front of their face. So when you slow down, that gives them time to come up, expect the bait, and when you jerk, again, after that long pause, they go for it. They go for it. Now, talking about color. As the water gets colder, or as I said before, as you go more into the fall, coming into the winter, you want to stay with your natural colors. You want to stay with your shad, your bluegill, your baitfish colors. Now, there are different sizes as far as jerk baits go, and what you will kind of want to do is experiment. You want to kind of know what they're feeding on, and you want to mimic that size. Now, a quick side tip: if you find yourself getting strikes and they're not really catching, add a third hook, or get a jerk bait that has a third hook. You'll find that with that swipe that they do, that third hook will actually help to catch the outside of the jaw. Once that happens, and they go to head thrash, the rest of the hooks will actually kind of help you to keep those fish pinned. If you find that you are catching the fish, but you are catching the outside without the third hook, then they are still short striking. So what you would want to do then is either change. You want to change up the color. I'm sorry. I'm actually starting to get better with talking, but it's a process. But in any case, that's pretty much fishing the jerkbait in a nutshell. I hope that you learned something. If you haven't yet, please subscribe and hit the notification button. And don't forget to like it and like the video. And also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And comment on any new ideas that you would like to see, or anything that you would like to know, or comment just basically what you liked or disliked about the video. Thank you for watching. May God bless, and I hope to see you out there on the water, hopefully soon. Have a good day.